even mean, Bowers Game
Hi
Club?
there, YouTube. I'm back again for another How to Play video, and today I'm very excited to teach you how to play Haphazards, a ridiculous rescue game from Jabus LLC. This is for 3 to 8 players. Take about 45 to 60 minutes to play, and it's for ages 5+. And the first thing you're going to want to do is separate the two different types of cards into their own distinct piles, the hazard cards and the item cards. Shuffle up all the item cards, and then you're going to deal 7 item cards to each player. So right now I have a 3-player game set up. Next, you're going to take a certain number of hazard cards, and I'll leave this image right here. So since I'm playing a 3-player game, I'm going to need 12 cards. The rest of the hazard cards can go back into the box. Now, the youngest player is going to be the first player who's in hazard. So they're actually going to draw a hazard card, they're going to put it in front of themselves, and you're always going to say, "Oh no!" and then describe what's on your card. So in this case, they're bent out of shape by Bigfoot. So now what's going to happen is everyone who doesn't have a hazard card in front of them for this round is going to look at their hand of 7 cards, and they are going to try to get 3 cards that they can weave together to make a story about how they can help out this player with their problem, which in this case is being bent out of shape by Bigfoot. So they would look at their hand and say, all right, you know what, maybe I can try and give him a steak, try and give him an ice cream cone, and maybe, do something with a laser pointer. So they put these 3 cards right here. Now, at the same time, every player is going to be doing this. So this player would also eventually have 3 cards in front of them. But once every player who doesn't have a hazard in front of them has 3 cards in front of them, that means you are ready to start the storytelling. So starting with the player to the left of the player with the hazard, you're going to flip over all your cards, and then you're going to weave together a story about how you're going to help out that player. So I would say, all right, so here's what I got for you. I know he's beating you up right now, but he loves mice and he loves ice cream, so we'll give him a ice cream cone. And then if that doesn't work, we'll try and give him a medium rare steak. But if that still doesn't work, hopefully he's a little bit like a cat, a feline, so I can distract him with the laser pointer. So that might be my story right here. And then this player would interweave their story together. So they'd say, you know what, I'm going to go up there and I'm going to spank him with a spatula. And then when he's so mystified by the fact I just spanked him with a spatula, I'm going to pull a gold coin out of his ears, and then I'm going to slap him in the face with my ring of keys, and then we're going to run off. And so the story doesn't have to be amazing, but the bottom line is you're trying to interweave a small story together. Now, once everyone at the table has done that, it gets back to the hazard player, and they're going to decide which story they like the best, which one was the most helpful, and they are the final judge of everything. And whoever's story they likes the best is going to win this card, which would go in front of them sideways, and this is going to be a victory point. Now, all the cards that were played are going to be put into a discard pile off to the side. Every player who played any cards is then going to draw back up to 7 cards, which means they're going to draw 3 additional cards. And then the next player, clockwise to the left, is going to be the one who draws a hazard card. So now this player would have this hazard, and oh no, they're bombarded by bird droppings. You're going to continue like this until you've played through all the hazard cards, and once the final hazard card is awarded to someone, you're going to count up the number of hazard cards you have, and whoever has the most is the winner of the game. Now, if there's a tie for first, those tied players are going to make sure they have 7 item cards in their hand, and then they're going to randomly draw 1 hazard, which was put back into the box, and then only them are going to make a story. Using 3 cards just like normal, and everyone else who wasn't tied for first place will then be the judges and decide who gets that final card and wins the game. Now, if that vote happens to be a tie, then those players will share a victory. And in the rare case of an all-way tie, all players play a tiebreaker round and vote for the best plan. Players cannot vote for their own rescue plan. If there's a tie vote, all players share the victory. But that's how you're going to play Haphazards. If this looks like it might be your cup of tea, be sure to check out that Kickstarter link down below. Also, consider giving this a thumbs up. It really helps me out a lot. But go have some fun, and thanks for your time, YouTube. This video is brought to you by all of my amazing Patreon supporters, and I would love it if you would join their ranks and have your name immortalized in the end of many of my videos for the end of time. But consider for only $1 a month, and as always, thanks for stopping by.